Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them, and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel, and for so many likes. The first story. Woman tries to use the coupon twice, but I'm ready to disappoint her. The second story. Crazy customer started videotaping me, but then my manager came and did what she didn't expect. The third story. Buyer tries to lower the price of the house and refuses to buy it, but his deposit is already in our hands. On to the first story. Every angry customer's worst nightmare. Total indifference. I watch over the self-checkouts at my store. For a bit of background, my store has 2 sets of circulars with coupons people can get. One you have to sign up for and it gets mailed to your house. The other we have stacks of in our store that anyone can take. The one you get in the mail often has a coupon to get you 2 times as many rewards points, which can be used to save on gas. So on this day, a woman came through self-checkout, and at the end of her order, she brought her mail flyer up to me and asked me to scan her double points coupon. So I scan it and start tearing it out when she asked me to give it back to her, so she could use it another time. I told her I can't do that and have to take it from her after it's been used, even pointing out the text saying limit 1 per household on the coupon. But she starts arguing with me saying I can do it, and that she does it all the time. I happen to see our store manager walking by, so I flag him down to come help me out. As I expected, he tells her pretty much the exact same thing. I don't remember everything that was said, but this is pretty much how it went. Store manager to me, what seems to be the issue? Lady, I just asked him to... SM, hold on, let me hear his side first. What's going on? Me, she wants me to give back her double points coupon after I already scanned it for her. It says limit 1 per household on it though. SM, it does say limit 1 per household. He has to keep it and be accountable for all his coupons. L, but I do it all the time at other location. They even hand them out at the registers. SM, well, they're not supposed to be doing that. Me, yeah, it's just company policy. We have to go by what the coupon says. She argues some more and the store manager says he'll go check the flyers we have stacked by the door to see if there's one in there she can have. We all know there won't be, but he'll check anyway. So at this point, she's still with me while I'm trying to help people at self-checkout. L, you know, the whole reason I shop at stores is for the savings I get on gas. Me, okay? L, I mean really, I just spent $150 here. Me, okay. L, but honestly after this I don't think I'm gonna shop here anymore. Me, okay. L looks at name tag. No, my name, don't just stand there and say okay. Me, okay. L, can't you just give my coupon back? They really let me do this all the time. Me, no, sorry. I crumple up the coupon to hopefully make it more clear to her that that isn't going to happen. Store manager comes back and of course there wasn't another coupon in the circulars by the door. He asks her to come to the service desk with him and they'll see if there's anything we can do. I thought that would be the last of it, but I work in retail so of course it's not. About 10 minutes later she comes back to me with one of the circulars from the door and shoves it in front of the screen I'm trying to do my job with. L, I just want you to know that all these coupons in here say 1 per household too. Me, okay. L, yeah, but I bet you just zap them with your gun all the time and let people keep them. Me, okay. L, you know what? Where's the boss? Call him over again. So I pick up the phone to call him. As I'm talking to him, she walks away. Store manager comes down a few seconds later asking where she is, and I shrug telling him she walked away. I tell him the general direction she went, and he goes to look for her. He didn't find her. I heard from one of my coworkers that the next day a woman matching her description came in asking cashiers at the registers if they had any double points coupons in their drawer. Why does this lady think that if she was allowed to do this at another store, she'll be allowed to do it at this store? And if it's a one-time coupon, why does she think she can use it more than once? She doesn't seem to shut up about it. The OP said that the lady stressed that he spent $150 here, but I can't understand why customers think they did a huge favor by buying things, and now deserve the praise of the salespeople as well as their love, respect, and appreciation. Ladies, you literally bought something just like everyone else in this store. And if we close because you choose not to buy things here, I'll just find another place to work. Haha, or we won't close and we won't let you in the store again. I wish I could have seen her face when you started ignoring her and only responding okay. I think she was unbearably angry. The second story is, you have cameras filming, why can't I? I worked at a grocery store a while back and was manning the cashier for the day. I generally don't let things get to me, but this particular customer was just the perfect combination of everything that irks me. The encounter started normal enough. The woman, who will be referred to as W, for the sake of simplicity, began to unload her groceries onto the belt. As I was about to scan the first item, she stops me. W, wait, I have price matches. Me, I'm sorry, ma'am, we no longer price match. W, yes, you do. Me, no, we don't. I'm sorry, but we discontinued that policy. W, don't lie to me. Me, I'm not lying to you. At this point, W has opened up her purse and pulled out her phone. Great. This was going to be fun. I turned off my checkout light in preparation for the incoming headache. W turns on her phone and begins filming. W, this man is refusing to honor the price match policy here at blank and is being very rude. What's your name? Me, I'm not giving you my name. Ma'am, you cannot film here. Please put your phone down. At this point, she starts cackling. W, you're required by law to let me film and give your information, just like how you're supposed to honor your policies on price matching. This man needs to be fired. Me, ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to either put your camera away or leave. W, it's a free country, I can film wherever I want. This is a public place. You have cameras filming, why can't I? Me, this is a private business. Our cameras are for security purposes. You need to leave. She had a little girl with her, so I tried to remain calm. Show her that not all adults are psychotic animals. I noticed my supervisor, who will be S, walking over to my register at this point, and I remember the look of why me on her face. I still owe her a drink for this day, now that I think about it. S, is everything okay here? W, no, this man refuses to honor my price match and is turning away my business because he doesn't want to be filmed. I guess he's afraid I'll show his fat, greasy face to all my Facebook followers. That hit a nerve. I was going through a rough patch and was very self-conscious about my appearance at that time. I opened my mouth to retort, but my supervisor stopped me. S, ma'am, I don't care where you post your video. Anyone with half a brain will laugh at you and how childish you're acting once they watch it. If you want those prices on that ad, go to that store and harass the employees there. As of right now, your business is not welcome here and you need to leave. I'm calling the police. I recommend walking away. The woman proceeded to yell at my supervisor while she was on the phone, and the police ended up having to come and escort her out of the building. The little girl was picked up by her father, who I remember looked exhausted. I felt awful for them. I never did end up finding out if she actually posted that video. Edit. I will say after posting it, I did find my old supervisor and treated her to a drink. We had a good laugh about it, and reminisced about all the other stories we have. This woman's probably crazy, because throwing a tantrum and then pulling out your phone and taking pictures seems crazy to me. To begin with, you can solve the problem in a calm way, by talking. It's good that you kept your cool during that. I probably wouldn't have been able to handle that kind of yelling at me. I'm glad you had such a good manager. I think most managers would have made a fool of you if they had given up and made you pay her as much just to shut her up. That manager protected you from the crazy lady, and showed himself to be a hero. It would have been funny if you also got up from your workplace and started filming her on your phone, and threatening that you would put the video online. Ha ha ha, it would be interesting to see her reaction. But then most likely you would have lost your job. Maybe, I do not know. In any case, I wish you do not meet such customers again. The last story is, do you want to lower the price of the house? Buy or get out. We were selling my mom's house after she died. It was a nice-sized house in a great area of the city, and reasonably priced houses went fast. Mom's needed a bit of TLC, like a new bathroom, but was otherwise a good deal. We went with the estate agent who seemed hungriest for the job, and we signed the contract and sat back and waited. Numerous viewings, but no real offers until our jerk appeared. In the UK, they have thresholds for what they call stamp duty, the charge by the government to change the names on the title, and the more expensive the property, the higher the stamp duty. This guy comes up with an offer of just below the stamp duty threshold. I can't remember the exact figures now, but say the threshold was 500k pounds. He offers us 499k pounds, which would have been reasonable if the house hadn't been priced considerably higher, like at 560k pounds. We laughed and told the agent no, and told her the lowest we would go, which was something like 525k pounds. Remember how I said the house was in a highly desirable area, close to all the good schools in the city, and good transport links and convenient shops? Well, we knew what we were sitting on, and we could afford to wait. We had already had to wait for 3 years due to some legal matters, so a bit longer wasn't going to kill us. This guy was determined to get it as cheaply as possible, and we knew that he was a flipper. Buy a property cheap, renovate it, and sell it on, so we weren't going to give it away. He inched up 1,000 pounds at a time until we told the agent to not bother telling us about his offers until he got to the 525. That was the absolute lowest we were prepared to go, and it was considerably less than she herself had valued the house. Anyway, that seemed to wake the guy up, and we went from an offer of 510 straight to the 525, which we accepted, and the paperwork started. When the sale agreed sign went up on the house, after less than a month on the market, the owner of the house next door, which had been on the market for over a year, mainly because he wanted a ridiculous price for it, got annoyed and dropped his price by $200K. In fairness to him, his house had been fully modernized and extended. It had an extra bedroom, but on the same footprint as Mum's house, but he wanted nearly £1 million for it. He had dropped it down to $850K, and when Mum's went under offer so quickly, he realized that he was, to use a local phrase, peeing in the wind. So his house was now available for $650K. Well, when our jerk heard that, presumably from our agent, as next door was on with the same company, he immediately tried to take back his $525 offer and replace it with the original $499 he had made, on the grounds that if next door had come down, so should we. We told him to get stuffed. A deal was a deal. The agent tried to talk us into lowering the price as a matter of goodwill, but we refused, and when she kept pushing, I reminded her in no uncertain terms that we, the sellers, were paying her fees, not the buyer, and she could tell him that we were not going to lower the price, and the neighbor's sale was his business, not ours. If he didn't want to pay our agreed price, the jerk could withdraw and buy next door. She warned us that jerk could drop out if we didn't negotiate, and we said that was fine by us, as we were sick of dealing with him anyway. We could wait. Well, surprise, surprise, he had already paid out a considerable sum for the deposit, which he would lose if he backed out, a survey and solicitor's fees, and didn't want to lose out anymore, so he very grudgingly wanted ahead at the agreed price. But he was an absolute pain in the backside, and his last try was to ask for the keys several days early, before completion when the money would be handed over. We, of course, refused that, and given that he seemed to have an in with the agent, we reminded her that the house was alarmed, and as no one should be entering the house until completion day, we had changed the code that she knew for showings, so any attempt to enter would result in the police appearing on the doorstep. On the morning of completion day, once the funds were with our solicitor, my brother rang the agent and thanked her for her efforts and told her the new code. As we thought, the guy ripped the house apart, refurbishing it completely, digging out the half cellar to create a basement, and creating another bedroom in the loft. According to my mom, old friends who lived opposite, he tried to sell it at a ridiculous price, and had pretty much the same experience as the neighbor who wanted too much. Jerk seems to have decided to stay there as it still hasn't sold again. The house next door? Well, it still didn't sell. And the last I heard, it took another 6 months, and finally sold at just under £600,000. I think you're in a winning position in any case, because this buyer bought the house, but I would have gone crazy if it had taken me that long. I think when you said you weren't going to lower the price, it was clear that you really weren't going to lower the price. Why play these games? If you don't like the price, you can find another house. It's as simple as that. I hope you love these stories. Subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications.